Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. I'm giggling because we're back to this part of the year, this part of the transfer window, this part of, this part of the off season where rumours just go all over the place and things just begin to get a little crazy and you start repeating yourself and you start hearing things over and over again, and then it just drags out until when eventually it happens. But by then everyone's patience would have already ran completely thin. I mean, we saw it with the whole Kai Havertz thing last year. That went on for months, and I remember telling you guys, don't worry, it's going to be okay, but I'm not going to lie, even throughout that journey, I had my doubts, and all of you were in the comments telling me, Younes, is this happening or not? We've had enough, it's taken too long, this is taking a mick, and I understand that, and now we're in the same situation again, right? We're in the same situation, and this deal could actually be a little bit more complicated than it was for Kai Havertz and Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, I'm talking about Erling Haaland at Borussia Dortmund, and I felt like I needed to address a couple of things because Jan-Åge Fjørtoft, who is a very well-renowned journalist, ex-footballer, ex-Norwegian footballers, played with Erling Haaland's dad, played with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and all sorts. Very well connected to the Erling Haaland family and the Erling Haaland camp and Mino Raiola and all them lot. He went on to Fabrizio Romano's Twitch just about half an hour ago, roughly there. And I watched the stream, much like many of you guys did, and I'm sure many of you have seen it. And for those that haven't, I'm going to fill you in with the cliff notes. But I want to show you from some others that have posted it on Twitter of pretty much the roundup of what Jan-Åge Fjørtoft actually said. Jan went into detail in terms of what he thinks, what he reckons the Haaland camp are going to do, what he reckons Chelsea are going to do, and what he reckons Borussia Dortmund are going to do. And safe to say, I don't want to come on here and say, well, nothing's changed. But we've got good insight from Jan-Åge Fjørtoft. What I am going to say is, though, yes, with the news that he's given us, there isn't much development. But there is one thing that we've learned. And on the back of that, I want to ask a question. Because Jan, I felt like, has made a possible contradiction. And I want to address it. But let's get into the whole Erling Haaland stuff. Let's get the roundup on what he actually said. And I've got quotes here from George, good old George Benson, Simon Phillips and Chelsea Exeter TV to give us the lowdown of the quotes that he left on Fabrizio Romano's Twitch channel. So check this out. So, Jan-Åge Fjørtoft confirms via Fabrizio Romano Twitch, Haaland is Chelsea Football Club's #1 target. There's no agreement with Chelsea and Haaland camp yet. It really is all down to Chelsea offering Dortmund the magical amount to prize him away from Germany this summer. That is one thing that he did say. Remember, I've given you a couple of videos in the last few weeks where I've talked about personal terms and the rumours that were popping about Haaland personal terms, Chelsea's not a problem, it's agreed. He has said there are no personal terms. Now, whether that's difficult or easy, different story. But there's been no contact whatsoever between Chelsea and Erling Haaland's camp. None. So I think we can refute that completely. But what makes me... I respect the fact that he's very close to the Haaland camp. But we'll get into the contradiction that I have a little later on, and then we can come back to this point. Simon Phillips also tells us, check this out. Erling Haaland is the main target for Chelsea. They want to test Dortmund. There's no official bid yet, but Chelsea are checking out how much Dortmund might sell. And that was obviously Jan-Åge Fjørtoft on Fabrizio Romano's Twitch stream. We've got it from Chelsea Exeter TV saying it's up to Roman Abramovich. If he does not sign at Chelsea this summer, keep an eye of other big clubs such as Bayern Munich. So, we've learned that this is down to Chelsea. And I watched that stream and I heard what Jan had to say. And I think he's right in saying that it is going to come down to how much money Chelsea put on the table. Right now, as it stands, Haaland is more than happy to stay at Dortmund. That's without saying. He's happy. He won't try and force a move. He won't try and, disrespect. He won't try and, put a transfer request or anything like that. That's not him. That's just not his character. He's very, very happy at Dortmund. But the dilemma that Dortmund have, which is what Jan has pointed out, and fair play to him, because it's what I've been saying in a few of my videos as of late. It's about testing the resolve of Dortmund. He's acknowledged there is a release clause in Haaland's contract for next summer. Now, if Dortmund are happy to keep him and take the cut, then cool, he'll stay at Dortmund. But if they look at the release clause, which is around 85 million euros, by the way, if they look at that and go, yeah, you know what, next summer, there might be clubs coming in to trigger that release clause. But Chelsea right now could come in with an offer of 175 million euros or 180 million euros, around 150 million pounds. Do we accept it? Because there's no other club coming in with any other offer like that this summer? Or do we hang on to the player and then most likely have to sell him for the release clause? So we'll be losing double, if not slightly more than double, of what we could get this summer if we sold him to Chelsea. That's the dilemma that Borussia Dortmund have. And Jan-Åge Fjørtoft has acknowledged that, and fair play, because logically that is where Borussia Dortmund stand. It's whether they are happy to take the cut, happy to keep Haaland and then sell him next summer because they're going to. He has a release clause, he will leave by next summer. Or go, you know what, we got to take the money because it's a lot, it's ridiculous, there's only one team that wants him, they're coming with the money, let's snap their hands off and take the money because we're losing this player anyway. That is where Dortmund have their dilemma. They got to pick one. Simple. But on top of that, it's up to Chelsea. Unlike other deals, normally in other deals, there's a problem in terms of actually having to come to a negotiation. You know what, yeah, we want this player. How much can we offer? Sometimes the team goes, look, he's not for sale. He's not for sale. You could offer us a football club. He's not for sale. There are some teams like that. Chelsea, as they've said, have the ball in their court. If Roman and Chelsea walk up to Dortmund and go, boom, here's 150 million pounds. Give us Haaland. You bet Dortmund will accept. You could bet your house on it. I reckon Dortmund will accept. They'd be stupid not to. Unless if they're just happy to take less money. Now that is up to them. But personally, I see this as a complete different negotiation to other deals, where you have to try and find a compromise, where you actually have to try and find a deal. If Chelsea walked up to Dortmund and put 150 million on the table as the only club interested in Haaland this summer, Dortmund will be forced to look at that and go, wow, okay, we might have to let this guy go now rather than let him go next summer. And we can use that money to try and get something done. Jan-Åge Fjørtoft also put a very good point across that Borussia Dortmund is a club you can't really predict. You saw the way that they let go of Dembele, for example. The way they've let go of Sancho to Man United this summer. You know, they've really dragged it out, but eventually they have sold and they've got a lot of money from it and fair play. But on the flip side, they let Lewandowski go to Bayern Munich for free. For free! Lewandowski! Free of charge! I mean, you can't predict what Dortmund are going to do. You can't predict. And this is why right now we're in a period of uncertainty, because Chelsea could come onto the table and go, boom, here's 150 million. And rightfully, I reckon Dortmund would look at that and go, wow, okay, yeah, we're definitely taking that because we're not going to see money like that ever again at the rate at this rate. But at the same time, you never know. They let go of Lewandowski for free. They could easily go look at this 150 million and go, no, you know what? We're okay with 75 million next summer. We'll keep the player. They could do that. And that's the risk. But Chelsea have the ball in their court. Chelsea need to make the moves. Chelsea need to come with the money now and just put it on the table. Make an official bid and let's get this going, please. Chelsea need to make the move now. It's in our court. So start making the moves, Chelsea. Let's get on with it and let's stop hanging about because we now know how much we need to give Dortmund. If not, this won't happen. So, it's up to Chelsea. It's not up to Dortmund. It's not up to Haaland. Haaland's back at pre-season training as of today. It's up to Chelsea. Make the move. Make the bid. Do it now. Now, in relation to Jan-Åge Fjørtoft, I did want to say something because he did acknowledge on the stream today that, for his personal opinion, because there's been no bid, he's gone, nah, you know what? I see it more likely that he's just going to stay at Dortmund. And, you know, I don't really see this deal happening unless if Chelsea actually came in with money, which right now he seems very uncertain of, and he didn't even go into any detail of what Chelsea are trying to do. But what he did tweet just 2 days ago was this. Check this out. R.E. Haaland, I understand Chelsea are preparing a big offer to check out and challenge Dortmund's he will stay here next season. The understanding is that Dortmund won't say no to 175 million euros. What, today on the stream he didn't say that. On the stream today he said, no, chances are I reckon the safest bet to put would be that Haaland's staying at Dortmund. Now, whether that was a mistranslation or just maybe something he didn't think about, I don't know. But that's a little bit odd and a little bit strange. He also did say on the stream today that apparently Hudson-Odoi, along with Ziyech and Tammy Abraham, are not in Tuchel's plans. I don't know where he's got that from. Ziyech? Possibly. Tammy Abraham? Certainly. Unless if Tammy just wants to stick around, cool. But Hudson-Odoi? I think it's pretty clear that Hudson-Odoi is in fact in Tuchel's plans, and I'm shocked to hear that from Jan Arge Fjortov, who is actually meant to be very reliable. I'll be bamboozled if Tuchel actually wants to get rid of Hudson-Odoi. When you look at how close they are and how much he actually wants to use him and how much he did use him last season, and you see in pre-season now the bond that they have and how much he's been encouraging him as of yesterday and today, I don't know where that's come from. I really don't know where that's come from. So that does open up the question. Just how much of Jan's information is actually reliable? I know he is very reliable, but just how much of it is reliable? I don't know. We'll wait and see. But that really shocked me. Hudson-Odoi, I don't think that he's going anywhere. Ziyech, possibly. Tammy Abraham, possibly. Hudson-Odoi, I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised. And if it somehow does happen and he leaves Chelsea, then I'll hold my hands up and go, no, you know what, Jan, you were completely right. You were spot on. But as of right now, no way. I don't see Hudson-Odoi leaving Chelsea at all. That's just my personal opinion. Now, in other news, I have to really acknowledge this one because this would be an absolutely unbelievable bid if we actually did make it. I don't think it's happening, though. There was a rumour that Chelsea were making moves for Chiesa. Yeah, Italian Chiesa. Juventus Chiesa. That Chiesa. The guy that smashed it at the Euros. Check this out from Fabrizio Romano. So Juventus have no intention to open talks with any club for Federico Chiesa. Chelsea, Bayern, there's no chance. He's considered untouchable. Juve paid 10 million loan fee in 2020 and will pay 14 million to Fiorentina in 2022 as an obligation to buy plus a 10 million add-on. So there is no way that Chiesa is going to be leaving Juventus. I saw the little rumour earlier on and I thought, this can't be true. It can't be true. And I saw people get excited, but I looked at it and went, no. Chelsea wouldn't do that. Chelsea wouldn't do that. Great player. I'd have him in my team tomorrow if I had the choice. But there's just no financial sense or incentive to go for Haaland and Chiesa in the same window. No, there's just no way. And you could bet your house that Juventus will not sell Chiesa, especially after the Euros he's just had. No chance. So, yeah. That's not happening, basically. But let me know what you think in the comment section below in relation to Jan's comments over on Fabrizio Romano's Twitch. Make sure you follow the both of them as well. Make sure you follow Fabrizio on Twitch, as well as me on Twitch. Link in the description. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in relation to everything I've spoken about. Thank you all so much. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. And I will see all of you tomorrow for some new content and some new videos. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.